This is a 14-gallon saltwater tank. It's about 4 weeks old. There's no fish in it. It's just some hermit crabs, some sea snails, and one emerald crab. The rocks are half of them are live rock, and the other half is dry rock. But it's been 4 weeks now, and I remember reading that after a couple weeks, the dry rock eventually becomes, live rock, and well, this is the dry rock right here. So is this piece. These two big pieces is dry rock, and this piece here, this little piece, and then this little piece here is live rock. Here's one of the snails. He's sitting up there. I haven't seen the crabs though. I think they're probably either in the little holes. I haven't seen the emerald crab either. I got him a little plastic barrel decoration for them to hide in. This tank is considered what's called a nano tank, so it's pretty small. You could see it. It's in my bedroom. It's sitting on my dresser in the corner. Over the past few weeks, I've been adding equipment onto it, so to keep things running smoothly. And I'll show you right now in a minute the details on this tank. See if I could find I kept all the equipment, all the boxes from everything. Okay, here it is. It's a Lifegard Crystal Aquarium 3-in-1 aquarium set with a built-in side filter. This is the one I have. This is the largest size. It's a 14-gallon. And it comes with this stuff: a pump, biological media, bioballs, a return fitting, a base mat, and plumbing. I'll let you take a look at that. The back has a list of replacement parts if you need any. I actually did. Um, the this set that I bought didn't come with the low profile strainer, which is this thing that attaches to the drain inside the tank. I actually had to order that through the company. I emailed them, and they were very helpful, and they mailed me a replacement strainer. It was for only, I think it was like $2, and I got here pretty fast too. I bought this tank at my aquarium store. I'm pretty sure you could just buy it online too, as well. Or PetSmart, I believe, also sells this brand. Though, don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. It's a pretty decent tank. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it besides the missing strainer, which got fixed pretty quick. But it's a good quality tank. Let me show you the edges of this glass tank are actually very finely cut, and there's no bordering on the edges. It's just clear glass. It's just a silicone. I don't know how thick the glass is. I don't know if you want to look at that. It's a pretty decent thickness, I guess. The area back here is the sump area. It's like a built-in miniature sump. It not that big. It's pretty much the length of the tank, but the width is about a finger length or so. You can see in there is there's the actual pump. It's sitting at the bottom with a sponge surrounding it to kind of dampen the noise and vibration, but to be honest, the pump is a little bit loud for a pump, but I'm not complaining. It's not, you know, overwhelming or anything. I guess I'm sure there's a lot more quieter pumps out there that you could get, but this is the pump that came with the tank. It came with the hose and the return fitting with the nozzle. I went ahead and went to my aquarium store and I bought some different nozzle tips just to see, you know, if there's any difference. And for the most part, I kind of just kept the original one because it just seems to do a lot more surface aeration than these nozzles. But I still occasionally put them on just because, you know, these are really cheap. I only got them for like, they were like, I think 75 cents each at the store. Let me turn off the lights, kind of let the tank lighting show itself. Besides that, the saltwater, it's a saltwater mix that I buy from the store. Come here, I'll show you. It's this brand here. It's called Seachem. The aquarium store I buy everything at, they'll fill up these tanks for you for, that was only $5, I believe. This big jug here costed $7. It's a little bigger, but they pretty much mix the salt water for you already. It's very convenient. They also have RODI water for when you need to top off the tank because of evaporation. So basically, what else can I tell you? Oh, the sand, it's live sand. It comes in these plastic bags, and there's water in them too. It's like, it has a lot of bacteria in it that helps out with the tank's ecosystem. It's pretty fine sand, but there's also a lot of little rocks and broken up shells and coral in it. So it's like a mix of very fine white sand with pieces of rock. The rocks in total, it's about, I think it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pieces of rock in total, and it kind of set it up into this little arch, which I thought looked nice. And it sits in the middle of the tank. It's not really touching the edges, so there's space for more. I did make one mistake, a rookie mistake. I put the sand first and then I put the rocks in. You're supposed to put the rocks in first and let the sand settle around it. That way the rocks don't collapse, you know, in case the sand happens to move under it. I try to fix it by kind of digging the rock further in, but it is what it is. Like, I don't want to go in there and fiddle with the rocks too much and mess them up. But so far I haven't really had an issue with that. I think they've been anchored down pretty good for the most part. Next thing up is I'll show you the equipment I got. I'll start with this light. This is a Fluval light, and it just sits on the tank rim on both sides and plugs into the wall. This one has a manual button here that you could turn it off. You could turn it into a white light, blue light, and then this version, which I like, it comes with a app on your phone called Fluval, and you basically can customize the lighting of the actual lights. You can choose between a mix of blues, whites, pinks, like aqua color, teal, and purple, and you can adjust each color and mix the lights as much as you want. You can change the brightness, intensity, and you can also set the schedule of the lights to start at, say, the lights will go off at 11 o'clock at night, and they come back on at 6 a.m. and the lights stay on throughout the day and then shut off at a certain time where it turns into a dimmer sunset type light. So it kind of mimics an actual real life, lighting out in the ocean, which is pretty cool. I would recommend actually getting something like this for your tank. It's actually a pretty cool light bar. Let me show you the packaging of the light. It's this one here, Fluval C. And these are the specs on it. That's the app. It's the sizing. This is just the so yeah, it's a pretty cool light. Next thing I can show you is the filter. This is I actually recently bought this filter a couple days ago, and it just hangs off the side like that. Let me show you the filter. This one. It's a Fluval Aqua Clear. And it's the number 30, which is for aquariums 10 to 30 gallons, which is mine's is 14 gallons. So the cool thing about this filter is it has 3 different kinds of filtration right here: mechanical, chemical, and biological. The way it works is you have your filters. The mechanical is a sponge, chemical is a carbon insert, which is these things here, and then biological, which is it's like these ceramic pellet type things that you put in a bag, and you stuff them all into this little basket, and you slide it into the filter, and then you hang it off the side of the tank, and it does your filtration. And you just obviously maintain it, replace the filtration inserts, obviously. Let me take out and show you the so I just kept this filter came with the filter inserts already. It came with it, but I also went ahead and bought extras. Like, this is the carbon. There's 3 packs in this. This I bought separately. It didn't come in this box. This box already came with 1 of each of these things. I just bought extras. That's the carbon. This is the sponge. This is a 3-pack. And this is the ceramic pellets, which also come in a one piece. It's in a baggie. So right here, and the way it works is you plug it in, and it sucks water in the tank through this nozzle here. It sucks it in, and it goes in through here, right inside there, and it drops down to the bottom of this filter, and then the water rises through this chamber. You can't see it through here, but the sponge and all that stuff, the carbon and everything is sitting in there, stacked up. Turn on the light for you. There's the ceramic pellets, and the water is running through all that and running over the top, and it falls back into the water in the tank. And that's your filtration. You can also adjust the flow with this little thing. To the right is a stronger current. You can kind of hear it a little bit. And then this is the lower current. I kind of just keep it in the middle, just like that. It's very quiet too, it's not very loud. It's a lot quieter than this pump. Besides that, I also have a heater, which is this thingy. It's sitting inside the sump. Right now I have it set to about 80 degrees. And you control it through the little nozzle, the little red, not a nozzle, I mean a little, it's like a little handle screw thingy. And it heats your tank. And I have this little thermometer here on the side, the little cable running that just sits, can't see it very well, but it's this little thingy that's moving. That's the little thermometer. It's on a suction cup. I usually keep it off because it's battery powered. I don't want the battery to die, but I turn it on and it tells me the temperature. Right now it's 81.1. And you could do it Celsius or Fahrenheit. I keep it Fahrenheit. Turn that back off. The brand is Coral Life. What else can I show you here? Oh, here's a extra heater I bought. It's a Aquatop. It was 23 bucks. That's the name of the aquarium store I buy things at. The way this works is this knob, you turn it and you select where you want the temperature to be. I have it at this, 28 or 82. And there's a little light here that turns on when it's submerged, and that tells you that the heater is on. And if you come here and take a look, let me see if right now there's no light, but normally there would be an orange light right there in that back wall. You could see through. You could actually see through this sump. It's actually not plastic, it's actually a tinted glass on this side here. Besides this, inside the sump right now, besides the heater and the pump, there's also a sponge in there that came with the tank. This is where the drain is. There's a drain here for the water on the top that flows into this area. And then down there on the bottom, there's a drain. That's a strainer right there. That's the strainer that didn't come with this tank. I had to order it online. It's a little plastic thing you just stick into the drain down there. And that drains water down there as well. There was an issue I was having with this tank where the sponge, right now this sponge is actually is not actually sitting all the way on the bottom of the sump. You could see right here, if you look at the bottom of the sponge, the edge of it, you can see that it's actually above the floor of the sump. It's like not touching the bottom. I did that because this drain, for some reason this drain wasn't draining enough water into it. I guess it was the sponge that was absorbing so much water. that the return pump was pumping the water more than it could receive from the drain. As a result, the water here where the pump is, it was draining way too fast, and the drain couldn't keep up with the pump's necessity. And that's weird because this pump came with the tank. It's not like the pump is too strong for the tank. This pump came with it. I think I solved that issue by just raising the sponge above the drain so that the water can go straight through and not have to filter through this sponge. The water flow can go right through into the sump, and that'll keep the water level up here high. I'm not really worried about filtration not working correctly here because I have this filter here doing the filtering. But yeah, last thing I think I can show you here is my other pump. This is a Hydrocoralia pump. I think that's how you say it. It's a small little pump that attaches to the side with a suction cup and a magnet. I'm trying to get focus here. This pump, let me show you the box of it. This is it right here. It's a Hydrocoralia circulation and wave pump. The flow rate is 425 gallons per hour. This is a very small little pump. There's different sizes, I know that. This one was 50 bucks. I got this at a different store because the aquarium store I normally go to didn't have this size. They had these pumps, but they were way too big for my tank. This is the flow rate. I mean, if you want to take a look at this, I have this is a 425, which is this one here. 20 to 50 gallon, and then the marine water, mine's is 14, but 425, 3.5. Yeah, mine's is a 14 gallon, but it's in a 15 to 30 gallon type of pump. This is just extra manuals and stuff I keep. I don't want to lose any of that. Well, besides that, well, let me tell you more about the pump. The pump is plugged into the wall and it shoots the water at a downward angle behind the rocks, and then it kind of just circles around. I would sit here and watch the water flow, and this thing does such a good job at making, a turbulent water flow through the tank. I'm sure the snails, the crabs, I'm sure they appreciate that because the water flow before I got this pump was pretty stagnant. So this thing was really a game changer, and it pretty much has a nice flow pattern going on. It's like a circular pattern. And I also have a lot of surface aeration going on by the return pump, as well as the filter little waterfall. That's it for this video. I think I've gone long enough for now. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there that has this type of tank or this size tank. Like I said, this is all new to me, and I'm gonna be adding stuff to this and taking care of it as time goes by. Hopefully there's something in this video that might have helped you. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.